everybody, I'm in Oslo, Norway. I'm at the Homeless World Cup. Oh my gosh, it's such a bucket list event for me and for homeless people from all over the world. 73 teams, 50 different countries are here to play football, what us Yanks would call soccer. It's really so amazing because homelessness is everywhere, and one thing that all these homeless people have that really communicates is the sport of football or soccer. And in their country, they're ignored, but here they're being seen. This is the Homeless World Cup. I'm so grateful to bring Dialog, who brought me in to speak at a conference in Sweden. So grateful. Employees from Facebook and Disney and Google and Microsoft. It was a huge event, wonderful event. Thank you, Bring Dialog, for just including me, asking me to speak, and then putting me up in Oslo for a few days so I can connect to local services. And just so happens the Homeless World Cup is here in Oslo. Hey everybody, I'm here at the Homeless World Cup with Ryan. And Ryan is the chief exec?
I am, yes.
So tell me about the Homeless World Cup and what's going on here today.
Okay, it's a fantastic event. We hold one every year. We've got 72 teams from 54 countries around the world. It's an 8-day tournament, a street football event for people who are homeless or have been homeless within the last year. And it's a life-changing opportunity for people.
How long have you been involved with this?
Myself only for about 2 years, but the tournament has been running since 2003, so this is our 15th edition, and we've been all over the world, from Mexico City to Santiago to Melbourne and most places in between.
Putting on an event like this with how many teams?
72.
72 teams of homeless people from around the world.
Yep.
Has to be huge.
It's it's got its challenges, put it that way. I think I've got a few more grey hairs and some bags under my eyes, but we've got a great team. We're really fortunate that we have a number of volunteers, about 50 sort of core team of volunteers that come every year, so they know exactly what they're doing. We've got tremendous support from the locals here. We get guides for each of the teams to show them around, and yeah, it's hard work, but it's incredibly rewarding, and it's worth it when you see the difference it makes to people's lives. Yeah, so we have a laundry service for all of the players, so they come with varying amounts of kit. I suppose it depends on which country they come from, and they're playing in their kit, they get hot and sweaty, and then so we take it away, wash it all, and it gets returned to them for the next morning. So yeah, it's a nice service. And then we have our operations centre, the communications centre, and then we have Starbucks on site.
Gotta have Starbucks.
And it's free. This is a free service being provided.
Oh, it's Starbucks. Free Starbucks. Oh no, Mike.
Which is the best kind. No?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we have a prayer room. We have our partner is the Salvation Army in Norway, and obviously they're a religious Christian organisation. But we have players from all over the world. We have Hindus, Sikhs, Muslims. So this is a non-denominational centre where people just want a bit of time to gather their thoughts, a bit of peace and quiet amongst the kind of the hectic football matches. Then they can take some time to do that. And we have 3 pitches on site. Pitch 1 is the biggest one. It's got about 2,000 seats round about it. Pitch 2 and 3 are smaller, but it depends on the number of people that we have coming through the doors. It'll be busier at the weekend. In usual tournaments, we have about 80 to 100,000 people that come through the doors over the course of the week. We did have 150,000 in Mexico City a few years back. We have a first aid and a physio tent back to back. So if somebody gets injured, then we treat them obviously first aid first of all, but then trying to make sure they get back as quickly as possible so they can get back to playing.
So what team are you rooting for?
Well, I can't say that, no. I mean, I'm from Scotland, so obviously I'd like Scotland to do well, but you know, you just want the tournament to go well and there to be lots of good football. We have football, different standards of football, and people tend to find their own level.
probably the most remarkable thing about the Homeless World Cup is the diverse backgrounds that the players come from. So they come from countries all over the world, they come from very rich countries, they come from very poor countries. But all of them share one single thing, one important factor, and that's that they're excluded. They're excluded in one way or another. So what they have in common is that they are the poorest of the poor. And they come together, they might not speak the same language, but they all speak the universal language of football, and that's what unites them.
This is Mel.
Hi.
He founded the Homeless World Cup.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm just watching you here, just clapping and rooting on the players.
Yeah, that's right. It's a wonderful game there I was watching. And the Indonesian team are very entertaining.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's 72 teams here, over 50 countries represented. Homelessness manifests itself everywhere in the world now. We're building a movement, hopefully using the soccer ball to change lives and tell people the story behind homelessness.
And we didn't know this wasn't planned. Mel just blogged about invisible people on his personal blog a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, because I've always followed the site Invisible People and thought some of the pictures were just great, and I understand this whole thing about how homeless people become invisible. I mean, I use the expression a lot, so I wanted to write about it, and then and of course give a link on the website, on my blog, and then here we are. Yeah. What a coincidence! Now I'll tell you, that's meant to happen. Okay. Yeah. Something about this is meant to happen. We're going to do some great things together, I'm sure.
Awesome. Awesome.
In 2009, I spotted they were looking for international volunteers to come to an international football event called the Homeless World Cup. That year is in Milan. What I say in hindsight is I stumbled across my two passions, football and making a difference. And I wanted to repeat that. It was such a wonderful experience. I wanted to repeat it. So I went back home and I looked for other opportunities to get involved in volunteering. And the truth was, nobody was really doing it in and around my area, Oxford. So I started my own organisation called Streets Revolution, and we went into various hostels and said, look, does anybody want to play football? Really simply, jumpers for goalposts down the local park. And we've grown from there, really. I suppose what I've ended up doing is being a magnet for like-minded people, so that what we're trying to do really is encourage people to change their communities locally using sport and bringing people together through that shared experience. It breaks down our isolation, it builds people's self-esteem and their confidence, and really gives them a platform to then build a relationship with us, and we can get to understand a little bit better about what their needs and their issues are, and maybe signpost them to others. We're not trying to proclaim that we're changing the world really massively, but I believe in this sort of this strapline that we're changing the world one person at a time, and it's about relationships. And football is such a universal language, and team sports really lend themselves, I think, to having the opportunity to teach somebody some lessons on the pitch about working together, about strengths, about weaknesses, about personal goals, and then translating that off the pitch. So we've now got projects in Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, Tanzania, and Germany, and we're just always open to find those like-minded people who say, we want to do that, well then come and do it with us. We sort of believe in the strength in unity, so don't do it alone, because you need a team off the pitch as much as you do on the pitch.
Tied for a little bit. Now they're up by a point. Crowd's going crazy. My last name is Horvath. Got to root for the Hungarian team. Krista, you're on the Hungarian team. You guys just won. It was tied, and then you guys came and you just, oh my gosh, you made it happen. Tell me about it.
It was an amazing game, I think. We have lost 5 games, and we had we want to win this game, and unfortunately we did it.
Great.
We made it. Yeah, it was amazing, I think.
So what's the experience like being here?
The experience, we enjoy it very much to be here. Everything is okay. The weather could be a little bit more beautiful, but it's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what's your story back in Hungary?
Our story, I don't know exactly because I just joined a year ago to the team, but the association existing since 18 years, I think, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations for winning.
Thank you.
This match here is Hong Kong and Poland. Everybody on the field is homeless or was homeless within the last year. The Homeless World Cup is just getting started and I have to leave back to the United States. Kind of sad, but just thinking how excited and what a wonderful experience this is for all the homeless people from 50 different countries that came here. Just amazing. I'm so grateful to bring Dialog for inviting me to speak at their conference and then paying for a couple extra nights hotel so that I could join the Homeless World Cup. Grateful to Ryan, the chief executive, who walked me around and told me a little bit about the behind the scenes. And then Mel Young, oh my gosh, I got to meet Mel Young, and you know what? We've never met before, and last week he blogged about invisible people. That's just amazing. Please support street soccer in your community. This video can't even do the Homeless World Cup justice. It's really far more amazing than I can tell in this little vlog. If you like this video, please click like, please click subscribe, comment below if you have any suggestions. We're trying to do more of this style of vlogging. Please support us on Patreon so we can, and thank you so much for supporting invisible people.